The Bold and the Beautiful Tuesday, January 27th recap. Carter and Daphne's baby dreams. Elektra comes clean to Steffi. Tuesday's episode of The Bold and the Beautiful delivered a compelling mix of romance, emotional confessions, and simmering tension as Carter Walton and Daphne Rose looked ahead to a future filled with love and family, while Elektra Forrester finally admitted her deepest fears to Steffi Forrester Finnegan. Meanwhile, back in Los Angeles, an innocent babysitting situation continued to spark complicated emotions that may soon explode into full-blown drama. At Forrester Creations, Carter Walton was clearly on cloud nine as he praised Daphne Rose's latest fragrance creation. He couldn't hide his admiration for her talent, or for Daphne herself. The moment turned even more intimate when Daphne softly told Carter she loved him, leaving him visibly moved. Carter soaked in every word, clearly imagining a future far beyond the walls of the design office. As Daphne spoke about her passion and creative vision, Carter drifted into a heartfelt daydream. In his mind, he saw Daphne holding their child, smiling as they built a life together. It was a powerful glimpse into how serious Carter is about their relationship. When he snapped back to reality, the two shared a romantic exchange about making that dream come true, not just as partners, but eventually as husband and wife. Their baby talk marked a major turning point, signaling that Carter and Daphne are fully committed to a shared future. Over in San Francisco, Steffi Forrester Finnegan and Elektra Forrester were riding high after a wildly successful trunk show. The buzz around their jewelry collection was undeniable, and both women were thrilled by the positive response. For a brief moment, everything felt perfect, until real life intruded. Steffi received a call from Finn, who was stuck at the hospital dealing with an emergency. Finn explained that he'd had no choice but to leave Hayes with Dylan and Will. While Steffi understood the urgency, the news hit Elektra hard. She tried to keep her composure, but it was obvious she was deeply unsettled by the idea of Dylan and Will spending unsupervised time together. Back at the beach house, things seemed harmless enough. Dylan and Hayes were busy making puppets, sharing laughs, and enjoying the afternoon. When Dylan suggested taking Hayes upstairs for a snack, he insisted on staying downstairs with Will instead. Will reassured Dylan that everything was fine, brushing off the moment as no big deal. The mood shifted when Elektra called. Will answered and put the call on speaker, allowing Hayes to excitedly chime in. Wanting to smooth things over, Dylan quickly took the phone off speaker so she could explain the situation privately. She tried to reassure Elektra that nothing inappropriate was happening and that Hayes was perfectly safe. Elektra claimed she understood, but her tone told a different story. She remained tense and short with Dylan before asking to speak with Will again. The awkward exchange left Dylan uneasy, sensing that Elektra's trust might not be as solid as she claimed. Later in San Francisco, Steffi and Elektra presented a stunning necklace to wealthy socialite Dottie Bright and her assistant, Joseph. The pitch went flawlessly. Dottie was instantly captivated by the design and didn't hesitate to commit, declaring herself sold. It was a huge win for the Forrester team and a proud moment for both Steffi and Elektra. However, the celebration was cut short when Steffi received another update from Finn confirming that Hayes was still at the beach house with Will and Dylan. Unable to hold it in any longer, Elektra finally confessed the truth about Dylan's dinner mishap and how deeply the situation was bothering her. Steffi responded with empathy and reassurance. She validated Elektra's feelings, acknowledging how uncomfortable it must be to know Will and Dylan were being pushed together by circumstance. Steffi made it clear that Elektra wasn't wrong for feeling uneasy, especially given the complicated history and unresolved tension between everyone involved. Elektra insisted that she trusted both Will and Dylan, but her hesitation spoke volumes. Even as she said the words, it was obvious that doubt lingered beneath the surface. Steffi gently encouraged her to confront those emotions honestly before they turned into something more damaging. Back at the beach house, the tone shifted again as Dylan opened up to Will about her personal struggles. She shared that her family didn't know about her financial troubles and admitted she was determined to keep it that way, especially from her mother. The vulnerability brought Dylan and Will closer, creating a sense of intimacy that was impossible to ignore. Dylan also revealed her love for dancing, though she shyly declined when Will and Hayes encouraged her to perform. The playful moment took a sweeter turn when Hayes admitted he wished he could see Miss Dylan every day. Will teased Hayes about having a little crush, sending Dylan into a flustered smile. As Will played with Hayes nearby, Dylan couldn't help but watch him with unmistakable affection. She flashed heart eyes in his direction, a silent signal that her feelings may be growing stronger, whether she wants them to or not. With emotions intensifying on all sides, The Bold and the Beautiful is clearly setting the stage for a major turning point. Spoilers hint that Will and Dylan's evening together will take a shocking turn, one that could change everything for Elektra, Will, and even Steffi. Will Electra's doubts finally come to a head? Is Dylan crossing an emotional line she can't come back from? And how long before this seemingly innocent babysitting situation explodes into full-blown drama?